This week in disc golf, the DGPT releases details on their qualifying series. Eagle's new MVP bag begins to take shape. Tallahassee Open is cut short, and not too much more. It's Swiss cheese with the disc golf world, and you guys already know the one with all the holes in his game. You're watching This Week in Disc Golf, where we hit on all things disc golf from the past week. Thank you everyone for taking the time to watch, and everyone who subscribes. Jefferson, myself, and the minivan are back on tour, officially locked in for the Chess.com Invitational and the entire Texas swing. But we will be on tour as far as the channel provides. So make sure to subscribe and check out all our content, including daily recaps, future interviews, upcoming Patreon page, maybe us at a DGPT press conference, that's if they allow us, and all the rest of our updates as we bring you guys along on tour. A relatively quiet week as pros prep for the upcoming season, nestled in between players in the bag videos. This week showcased the latest DGPT announcements of their new qualifying series, or Q series for short. For many, this latest announcement feels that this qualifying series is simply the replacement for the recently removed Silver Series, especially with courses and tournaments that have already been featured at prior Silver stops in Cascade Challenge, Kansas City Wide Open, and Texas Open. However, the new qualifying series is a better format, and in all honesty, what the old Silver Series should have always been. Promotes up-and-coming pros, young players, and locals while furthering the value of the DGPT Pilot Tour card format. For many, the Silver Series were stops between off weeks and viewed as trial tournament locations or courses that could work themselves to becoming Elite Series events. Kind of similar to a DGPT Elite Series feeder program or a minor league. And though not entirely incorrect, these views lowered the perceived value of winning these events, which was only exasperated further with limited player fields, ultimately resulting in the entire Silver Series being overly criticized and, for the most part, general disinterest, as these stops were the least consumed of all the tour events. However, with the latest development of the qualifying series, the stops will now feature more value to the players who don't have tour cards, while also elevating the course's prestige, and most importantly for the players, their finishing positions at these events, as these stops now earn points to a Q Series finale that will award 10 total, 6 MPO, and 4 FPO 2025 tour cards for more, quote, amateur players. The top 3 MPO and top 2 FPO point earners on the tour will earn cards automatically, while the top 3 MPO and top 2 FPO finishers at the finale also earn cards. Tour cards are the primary way that players register for DGPT events. Earning access for the upcoming year could accelerate a career. It provides additional opportunities to players who don't have the access to tour full-time or funds for multiple stops against more difficult competition. With more on the line for these stops and ultimately the finale, will it necessarily result in more views? We'll just have to wait and see if it really moves the needle. We are talking AMs for lack of a better term, even though players with tour cards are not forbidden from playing these events, only from earning points, which funny enough could be one of the only ways James Conrad ever returns to the fort or the site of the greatest moment in disc golf ever. Could be one epic curtain call while also being a neat way to promote the new Q series. DGPT needs to make this happen. Shoot, I'm sure MVP can slap together some more envies. Sorry for the delay, simply an implanted daydream while also me eating up some time. Back to those tour cards. The current tour card program is still in its infancy, going into its 3rd year. Currently, the DGPT award the top 90 MPO and the top 45 FPO players tour cards, with there being some other exceptions for wins and rankings. The 2024 DGPT season is the final year of that current tour card program. The DGPT could expand those numbers like they've already done in the past, or also lower them. There's certainly arguments for the benefits of both. However, if they are lowered in the future, it would only elevate this new Q series even further, presuming they keep it. Expanding this similar program overseas with the recent European tour in few years to come, the DGPT could have established the building blocks to a legit international professional league. Or worst case scenario, the new Q series satisfies the super sweaty disc golf consumers. You guys know who you are, and if you don't, if you ever find yourself watching pdga coverage, that's usually a fucking sign. The DGPT this week also announced the qualifications and new addition to the end of the season award to the standard lineup of Player of the Year, Rookie of the Year, All-Stars, Most Improved, and Comeback Player of the Year. The new award is the Community Champion Award, voted on by the players for the one who is committed to growing the sport and impacting the community in both divisions. The only other major note was the adjustment to the set of criteria for determining competitors who can be considered rookies, which just might go to show the DGPT are actually actually listening to us, because we were critical of the previous rules, especially Jefferson. So either way, we certainly will take the credit for it. And DGPT, if you are listening, I'm sorry for that press conference line. Would love it if you guys had us. This did cost Parker Welk the chance from winning the award just this past season, because he simply participated in a major the year before. And for some, this might feel minor, but a Rookie of the Year win could certainly assist in contract negotiations like Parker had this past offseason, or a commemorative disc promotion sales if they remained with the team. Either way, it makes players' wallets all the fatter. This new adjustment won't discourage players from possibly entering a tournament, so it was the correct move overall. Man, that's 2 positive notes on the DGPT. I wonder what Jefferson's going to title this gem. This week also saw an Eagle vlog that gives us some insight into what his MVP bag will be. Despite the injury, Eagle was testing discs during USDGC prior to him signing with the new brand. In the video, he explains he's nearing the date of his doctors clearing him to actually throw as early as March 1st possibly. Most of his statements, it looks as though the bag is primarily set, and he's more narrowing down specific disc selection. The few interesting nuggets from the vid, he mentions getting 60 feet more distance on some high-speed drivers compared to his old PD2s. Says the dimension is special for his game to go on top of his excitement of inevitable main discs in his bag, the Fireball, Stabilizer, and Hexes. If Eagle was truly pulling 60 feet further with an injury at USDGC, it's scary to think how much further he could hit if healthy. Makes you really question if that MVP science is real. Or is Eagle a really good salesman? Eagle does have a lot of questions surrounding this season. Him developing a new bag while also returning from injury on a shortened tour is a tall order. But his obvious disc golf knowledge, arm talent, and determination, it would not surprise me if he still ends the season atop a leaderboard at some point. Let's hear your guys' thoughts in the comments. How do you think Eagle's season will go? The 19th Open at Tallahassee was cut short due to hurricane weather conditions. In the MPO, Nathan Queen and Ezra Robinson tied for first. In the FPO, Stacy Kiefer edged out Sarah Holcomb. Ezra has been on an absolute tear and looks to be on a possible 2024 breakout player candidate. Since getting his first victory last year, he has been as good as his brother Isaac. Now let's move to some quick hitters. Not sure why Ricky is putting with some stormtroopers, but that guy wasn't going to hit the basket with that Judge or his E11 blaster rifle. Ledgestone with the obvious AI-assisted licensing infringement. Damn, Nate, you guys didn't learn from that Raptor mistake. Brody just sneaked into Champions Cup registration. Isaac Robinson shows he can throw a forehand. Prodigy just signed Vancouver Canucks goalie Casey DeSmith. Guys, maybe, just maybe, Prodigy is playing 3D chess here. I don't know. Cole Radallen officially leaves for tour. Not gonna lie, Casey White's Olympus video has me a little worried for the start of the season. Infinite is releasing a new disc called the Kanzu and pulling a Rodney Dangerfield, getting no respect from the DGPT, with them not acknowledging Infinite sponsorship with players on DGPT posts. Jefferson and I didn't forget them in Wednesday's offseason vid. Check it out if you haven't already. And guys, that wraps up this week in disc golf. If you stayed this long and you aren't subscribed, make sure to do so. While you're at it, like, comment, and share. And if you want more, go and check all the previous episodes.